Greetings, friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Del Puckett here, and I just finished up this Psycho 3-string cigar box guitar. This one here will be number 363. Okay, a couple of things I need to point out here before we get started. First off, the gold appointments, gold corners, front and back, gold hinge here for the bottom, and if you notice here, you'll see there's a little ground wire. So this guy's grounded. I do have a switch that switches between the piezo and the humbucker. Now look at that humbucker. Notice anything different about it? Normally these things are shiny, stainless, like a mirror, but if you hit them with sandpaper, you can knock off that layer. So underneath the stainless steel coating is copper and bronze. So I wanted both the copper and the bronze, which is, the bronze is pretty close to gold. So the gold, or the bronze here, matches the gold on the insignia, and the gold on the corners, and the gold on the paperwork there. And then the copper matches the copper nails and the copper bushings. And of course I have gold for the eyelets, gold hook there, black tuners, solder burns. Oh, this stain here, this is Brazilian rosewood, and then of course I hit it with the steel wool while it was still wet to kind of create that grungy look. Okay, so since I don't have any strings on here, I can play air guitar. Check this out. In fact, I can play a solo. I can play solo that you can't hear me. Listen. All right, next up, we're going to carve a saddle and put some strings on it, and then we will set it up, tune it up, and tear it up. Oh, I did want to show you. Listen to this. What's that noise? Well, there's a battery in here, and that battery kind of wiggles around in there when I shake it. So what I do to remedy that is I get a pick and I just stick it in the side there, push it down, and then no more wiggle jiggle. All right. Oh yeah, and if you want to see the insides of this thing here, you got to go all the way to the end of the video. At the end of the video, I crack this bad boy open so you can see it. All right, I'm going to put some strings on it right now. As most of you already know, I use these southbound strings, and I like these things because they are made in America. These are the string gauges, and of course, you know I like to tune E, B, E. And I do get these things in bulk, and one of the little tricks I do is I like to hold them in my lips like this. And I untangle them like this, and then I just grab one, wrap them back up, put them back in the pack for the next one, and then I get these little nails, And then I sort the strings out from the thickest, and I just run the nail through the ball end from thickest to the second thickest to the thinnest. Just like that. And then I'll run these through the hinge. So it looks like that. You can see the nail there on the inside of the hinge. Pretty simple design, but works every time. All right, a couple of things here. We got the strings on, and they're super loose. One thing I wanted to point out, can you hear the rain? Listen. It's because we live in Portland, Oregon. All right, so I want you to hear this. Check this out. Listen. Listen. Sting. Don't stand so close to me. That's Psycho. That's this here. It's a Psycho knob. Psycho. Okay, so these strings are tuned so low. So low. Oh no, you're not gonna do that so low thing. No, these strings are so low. Listen. Viruses? What can you do to protect yourself? Actually, there's 2 radio stations. Enough of that noise. I'm going to tune this thing up normal, and I'm going to try to play something normal for y'all. All right, check it out. Still raining. And by the way, this little neck thing here, my mom made this for me for Christmas. It's a little scarf, so whenever I go shopping, I can just go like that. Nobody gives me any grief. Keeps my neck warm. All right, so we are tuned up E, B, E, and I'm intonated. And first thing I wanted you to do is hear it unplugged. First. All right, let's plug this thing in. Still raining. All right, the batteries died in the Vox. So I plugged into the Roland Microcube. And these are the settings. Pretty just straight up and standard. No effects, no nothing, just... Okay, so first off the bat, I want to do the Piezo. Next is the humbucker. Now listen how fat this sounds. Ready? Watch. The mid position, half piezo, half bucker. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on the bucker and then walk you through the gain stages here. So this is actually, let me turn down the gain on the amp a little bit. Okay, this is low gain on the amp. Turn it down or else you'll get the feedback. All right, my name is Del Puckett. I build play and sell 3-string cigar box guitars. If you are not a subscriber, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not a Patreon, I do have a link to my Patreon in the upper right hand corner of my YouTube channel. I also have t-shirts. All that information will be in the video description below. Alright, if you would like for me to build you a 3-string cigar box guitar, you can email me at this address right here. Alright, and stay tuned to the end of the video, that way you can see the insides of this guitar. We'll see you in the next video. Alright, Del Puckett out! I know this is the end of the video, but I still wanted you to see the insides. So, the battery for the Psycho, the switch, the potentiometer, the Piezo, the jack, and of course the ground wire, and the wire ties, and the hot glue, all sorts of good stuff.